What was the cringiest thing you did in your first relationship? She started to ignore me at school. This was like maybe 1 or 2 weeks after we started dating. I called her house like 6 or 7 times one afternoon after school until her mum picked up, who was basically furious because I had been calling. I explained to her that Alexa was ignoring my calls. I hear in the background, "Alexa, why aren't you answering the phone?" To which she responds, "Because he's weird and he just keeps calling." I hung up the phone and went to my room. I carved her name in my wall with a pen. I still cringe about it to this day. Was walking her home anticipating kissing her for the first time at her doorstep and kept licking my lips because I didn't want to kiss her with a dry mouth. Halfway to her house she looks at me and says, "Stop doing that." I realized I probably looked really creepy. Did you get the kiss though? Yes. Anyone else lick their lips after reading this? I would have, but I just put on chapstick. Margaret McPoyle. After I saw Eric propose to Donna on that 70s show, I went out and got a 25-cent ring from the local Pizza Hut and proposed. At school. In front of everyone. I was 16. Pizza Hut sells jewelry, onion rings. We took a break and I posted a video to Creep by Radiohead with the caption, "For that special someone." Ugh. I almost cringed off my chair writing this. Could have been worse. You could have posted a video to Karma Police by Radiohead with the caption, "Girls are not to be trusted." By Kevin. How are you still alive? I matured as an individual. Wasn't my finest moment. I was 17. We had just had a fight. I drove to his house and blasted Scars by Papa Roach from my car and just stood awkwardly at the end of the driveway waiting for him to come out. I really wish this weren't true. But did he ever come out? He did. But only to tell me I'm overreacting and he'll see me at school on Monday. Be right back, gonna go curl under the blankets to hide from the memories. Make it uber cringe by blasting Thanks for MMRS while you wallow in self-pity. Oof. I think this one takes it for most cringeworthy. Told her I loved her within the first 24 hours at the school parking lot. My friend accidentally whimpered "I love you" as he climaxed, whilst losing his virginity. Talk of the school apparently. That freaking sucks that she told people about it. Classic schmossby. Well, she said that she thought we would be better off just being friends, so I decided that I needed to do some big grand gesture to prove my love. It always worked in the movies, so what could go wrong? I practiced singing the song for weeks on my ukulele and figured that I would wait until after her softball practice was done and surprise her. I sang "You're Beautiful" by James Blunt. It's a freaking miracle anyone talked to me after that. Pool soul. Did it work? God no. My only saving grace was that it was a drizzly April day. I thought that just made it even more romantic, and the only people who actually saw it was her and 2 of her teammates. They looked at me like I had 3 heads when I was singing, and then the second I finished she turned bright red and yelled, "What the frick?" And her teammates laughed for a solid 5 minutes. I was so mortified I couldn't move. You're really painting a picture here. My schadenfreude meter is going from medium to high. Maybe I can add to that. I made sure a couple days before that I completely copied his hairstyle in the video, except because it was 2006 I dyed it completely black and tried to do an emo version of it. You are the man. Seriously though, I'm glad that you can laugh about it now. I know it had to have been soul crushing for a long time. We've all been there. Well, close to there. I hit my girlfriend with my car. It was a complete accident. We are still friends and it is a story that still comes up in conversation every now and then. Please start using the line "Yeah, I hit that." Let my mum purchase custom matching airbrushed shirts of 2 people kissing, with my girlfriend and my name on them. I'd report my mum for child abuse if she suggested that. Mum probably was laughing about it with her girlfriends during wine night. At least it wasn't a tattoo. I was too immature to talk about us one day having sex, so I'd giggle and say, "Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man." This is too relatable. I was with my first boyfriend sophomore year of college. Things were getting hot and heavy and I kept trying to ask him if he wanted to have sex, but I would just say, "Do you want to?" and then giggle a bunch. To make it worse, after he said no, because he didn't have a condom, I coughed and farted really loudly at the same time. Oh my god, my sides. How did he react? Had my first relationship at age 17. We were each other's first for everything. Basically only ever gave him handjobs cause he wasn't very hygienic. He insisted on keeping his underwear on so I'd have to rub him over his boxers. He'd come inside his boxers and then leave them on for the rest of the day. The odd time he didn't have boxers on, he'd grab a sock and come inside of it and throw it in the laundry pile. His mum did all the laundry. So disgusting every time I think about it. Leave them on for the rest of the day. What in the name of Jesus and all of God's power was going through his head? Not much. Sounds like a green text. He French kissed me after eating a bacon double cheeseburger with onions and all sorts of other stinky stuff. I told him I had a bad experience with French kissing with a guy before him. Lies. He was my first kiss of V, and I would appreciate if he never did it again. Bonus cringe. I rubbed vapor rub near my eyes to make myself cry when I broke up with him and told him I was overwhelmed and needed to focus on school. I was in 8th grade. Bonus cringe. I rubbed vapor rub near my eyes to make myself cry when I broke up with him and told him I was overwhelmed and needed to focus on school. I was in 8th grade. A+ for production value though. I am nothing if not an artist. Back in 8th grade, I could not wrap my head around the obvious signals he was giving me that he was not as into the relationship as I was. I was extremely clingy and would draw doodles of us and write the mushiest notes to him on the daily. I would quiz him on what he liked about me on AIM every night. Fishing for compliments from him constantly. Making up a new pet name every week. My best friend was dating his best friend, who most likely felt the same reluctance due to the intensity, and we would arrange double dates that were mostly me and her trying to find a way to corner the boys and make out, which was extremely creepy behavior. Looking back on it, reading my journal from that year is horrifying. Wish I could go back and apologize for the cringe. If you're reading this, sorry about that at Mitchy Poo. Mayo Mitchy Poo really gets me. I'm reading this thinking, this chick sounds super annoying, and then I go back and see 8th grade. Sounds superbly age appropriate behavior. LOL. We had been texting back and forth so I knew going to his house I would lose my virginity. Dude opens the door wearing a full suit for the occasion and escorts me holding my hand into his bedroom. Jesus Christ. Sounds like he didn't want casual X, so he tried formal X first. Did you fill the proper forms and get approval by the Coitus Council beforehand? 2. It's a formal event after all. Coitus Council would be the ultimate band name. I claim no rights to this name, but would gladly accept an honorable mention smiley face. First real girlfriend in high school. We used to talk over the voice calls on MSN Messenger late at night. She wanted to just hear my voice, and I very quickly ran out of things to say, so she said I should just read whatever book I had around. She spent the next 30 minutes listening to my Your New Gateway Computer and How to Use It booklet. Gave away my favorite blanket from childhood. Literally the dumbest cringiest thing I have ever done. I miss that blanket. This is so sad. I wrote the girl a poem. It included the phrase, slightly too large nose, and also used the word Kmart. True love exists. Holy crap dude. When I was a teen I made up something exactly like this to make fun of a friend who pronounced the name of a major store horribly wrong. You are really pretty. I like you a lot. Can't find someone like you at Home Depot. Please use the word depot in a sentence. Depot fell off the stove. Never talked when we actually saw each other, but texted constantly when we weren't in the same room. This thread has made me aware people were doing a lot more serious fricking in HS than I was. I always suspected as much. F for you and an F for me. I was a virgin and just assumed everyone else was too. I blame my sheltered upbringing for that, so when I found out my friends were all having X I was really shocked. We planned, to the minute, when our first kiss would be. Not too bad, right? We were both nervous and it was both of our first relationships. I made a website with a countdown clock. My first girlfriend told me that she would break up with me if I didn't tell her that I would break up with her if she didn't kiss me. So, she wanted me to blackmail her into kissing me by having me threaten to break up. I wasn't going to break up with her if she didn't kiss me, so I refused to say that I would. So, she broke up with me. She was playing some hardcore mind games. Hardcore? That's some CIA level there. Be glad you got away, bro. I was 17. 18 first girlfriend gave me a BJ. I was still a virgin. I kissed her right afterwards, not thinking she still have a mouthful of cum. Yes, no bald. Anyways, this led her to believe I liked that. So, she did it to me repeatedly. Keep in mind this is 93, 94, so no internet to realize this isn't normal. I also grew up really freaking sheltered. After about 4-5 months I finally tell her, could you spit it out before kissing me? She responds, oh, I thought you liked it. I always thought it was weird. Probably got snowballed 20 times or more in that time period. LOL, you let a girl spit cum in your mouth 20 times before you said something? Don't feel bad, but this is why communication is important. That's hilarious though. Grow up in rural Ohio and didn't know better. What a dumbass I was.